Okay, people. So we have a new short film which aired at Dances with Films. Thanks to Kelly, right? We get to look at this really interesting piece. Oh my days. It's like very unique, people. It's very unique. Okay. So it is called Story of the Sun. It is written and directed by Philip Gladkov. Right. Um, the film is produced by Carmen Escobar Whitaker, executive produced by Berman Fenolus. Um, the score was from Lionel Cohen, and the narration is from Tsukuru Fors with nearly forgot the animation, right? It's stop stop motion animation, right? Is from Philip as well, right? Philip wears a lot of hats with this, you know. Now the gist of the story is this: Story of the Sun is the first stop motion animation in the world made entirely from birch bark. It's a contemporary creation myth that tells the tale of how the first humans discovered fire, changing the world forever. Story of the Sun is a movie for both children and adults. It's filled with humor, valuable lessons, and emotionally touching moments, which, it really is. Right? I think there's a lot of films that will go, oh, we do this and we're all about this. And you watch it and you're just like, I don't know about that. Are you sure? But with Story of the Sun, god damn, it like I think I think people will be mistaken and thinking it's simplistic, but it is like the sea, right? On a calm day, I should probably say. Right? When you might look at it and you think, man, that's so still. But underneath, there's this current, like there's this all these things happening. And that's with this film, right? That you might look and be like, oh, it's a simple story. But no, the story has so many layers and depths. It is fascinating, right? We do have a director's statement, right? And it reads: Story of the Sun tells the tale of early humans' first discovery of fire, illustrating how greed and selfishness can lead to the destruction of everything around us. The story serves as an analogy for human caused climate change, with fire representing any beneficial tool that humans discover and lose control over due to greed, such as fossil fuels or artificial intelligence. The narrative, the narrative, oh my days, is engaging with skillfully crafted visuals, making it enjoyable for adults, while its simplicity ensures that children can understand and retain its moral lessons. As an artist, filmmaker, ecologist, and human being, my goal is to hold a mirror to humanity and ask crucial questions. How do we want to interact with the world? How can we live more in balance with the natural world? What can we learn from nature? I hope to inspire the audience to answer these questions together and grow towards a more humanist way of living with each other and with the earth. Which, I mean, there is just something about that, right? There is something about that goal. You can look at it and think it's rather lofty and it's unattainable, but it's not. It really isn't. If we all work together, if we all communicated, just the things that we could achieve is exponential. And I think it starts with works like this. It really reminded me of like cave painting. You know what I mean? Like cave painting of hieroglyphics, right? Of like puppetry, those kind of puppet theaters, kabuki theaters, right? There is just something about this that invoked that imagery with me. And when you look at the story, right, it is about the creation of fire. And you think to yourself, because this isn't a true story, right? We don't really know how fire actually was discovered. But you look at this and be like, you know what? That that's so feasible. That makes so much sense. I can see that happening. That someone creates a spark and then they're like, oh shit. And they do it again, and then that wonder, like watching this thing bloom, and you'd be like, oh my God, what is this? Right. But then when you then see where it goes, again, very logical, right? Makes so much sense. You'd be like, obviously, that's what would happen. Right? We've seen it over and again with so many different things, so it's just like, yes, that's what would happen. Now, the end, I don't know if the end will happen, right? I don't know if that's how that thing happened. Though scientists have said recently that they don't think the world was created through the Big Bang, right? They're saying that, something else, there was something else that created the universe and everything else. So maybe this is it. Maybe Philip, tapped into something, and this is actually how that happened. Maybe. But even if it didn't, this is such a great story. There's so much charm to it. Like the animation, oh man, it works so well. But something that else also works, it's the narration, right? So to Tsukuru Fors, their voice works so well with all the other elements, because we got a fantastic score from Cohen. So you take that score, you take that narration, mesh it with the animated pieces, and we have this just beautiful piece of work. Oh my days. Now, it has actually already played at Dances with Films, had its world premiere on Sunday, the 23rd of June. Right? It actually played within the kids block, which is interesting because this is something that, you know, yeah, you can definitely see a kid enjoying it, but it would so work for an adult. I mean, I'm an adult, people, and I really enjoyed the hell out of this. I really did. It was fantastic. So I do think this has got so much room to evolve in, because there's so many different spaces this could occupy. I could see this being a tool for schools, right? There's the questions that kids would have after watching this. Oh my God, you could talk about so many different things, right? And then just as entertainment, this is great. But, it can, again, garner so many questions about like the environment, right? Our relationship with it, our relationship with ourselves. It's just an incredible thing when art does that. You know what I mean? when art touches you in that way and invokes so much. Man, people, I don't have any other release information for this, but if I come across it, I will put it on the website, right? I will put it on the website. So make sure you go and check that out. It does have a website itself, and Philip's got social media. So, hey, I'm sure if I don't have information, you will find it there at some point. But man, this is a story that you need in your lives. You know, we looked at the short film Humo a while back, right? Remember Humo, Humo, aka Smoke, right? It was from Rita Basaluto, written by Juan Medina, and based on the 2009 book from Antin Farus and Joanna Consejo. Yeah, 'cause that was about the Holocaust. And it was, again, stop motion, but it was fascinating. It was so good. It was so good. And I think if you liked that, you will definitely enjoy Story of the Sun. Now, if you just like good storytelling, people, you will like Story of the Sun. Don't get it twisted. You really will. So, yes, people, go check it out. If it's at a festival near you, go watch it. Go watch it. I've never steered you wrong, have I? Hmm? Exactly. So, yes, go watch Story of the Sun. Keep an eye on the website. I'll put as much information as I have. And if I don't have it, I'm sure Philip will update his socials and you can find it there. So, Story of the Sun. People, go get some of that in your life because you will not be disappointed.